You mentioned Blockbuster. How would you market your movie to someone like HBO, Showtime, Cinemax?
That's a whole different ballgame.
It's probably very similar at that point, and I feel bad for, again, the TV people, because we're not really talking a lot about TV here, but it's very similar to TV. I mean, it's so much, you've heard it's not what you know, it's who you know, and obviously there's executives and inroads. If you can get in there, then you have someone to send something to, and obviously there's an interest there. There's also venues in which people can shop for films. I can't remember where it was at, but it actually was Cannes Film Festival. They had in France, they had a hall set up, and all the movie people were selling their films, and executives would walk through and they would take a look, and they'd have all the trailers playing and so on and so forth. And you know, those opportunities, they're hard to get. But and it goes back to what you were saying in regards to reputation. You know, in my own business, I have been for 15 years, but the first 5 years were extremely hard. It was a struggle. So how can you expect to go into doing a film and then your first film out of the box is just going to, boom, make just a ton of money? So, but if you've done 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 films, now you've got a little cult following here. People like the director, they like the actors maybe that you're picking, or the films as a whole. They come to your site, and you were saying it, you've established and now credibility. Now film executives would be more willing to come to a site if, wow, you have a reputation, if you've done several, you have the experience, they know you're legitimate. You're not going to stiff them, obviously, if they pay you money to do the films.
When I say it's a different ballgame, it's not that it's impossible. What it takes is, before you go to Showtime, you would need to have a pretty good portfolio that shows demonstration of not only your creative thinking, but also your completion and your track record. Before you even, and then the way to approach that, for example, have you guys seen the show John from Cincinnati, which got canceled, by the way? Okay. That was HBO. I happen to know the producer of the show, and I also happen to know the music, the composer for that. And regardless of why the show got canceled, he's not just being let go by HBO, because they said, okay, this formula, and that's the same guy who wrote music for Ron Lola. Now he, that basic effect, and that's what got him a Hollywood gig. Then he landed with the HBO gig, and HBO is not just dumping him because he knows he can come up with good stuff. He just sort of did, this didn't work, so they gave him 2 other gigs. But before he got there, you know, he had, I mean, if you look at his portfolio, he had several small pieces, and a demonstration of you can start something and complete it, and be very creative about it. So if you have the track record, then you should go to the next one. So I would start with it is like, that's like step 3. You got to start with step 1 first.